Hello guys, David Vos here. Oh my goodness, it's just raining cats and dogs. We had a tornado watch, and so if you hear it raining, you'll know what's up. But hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Guys, I found something else. It just keeps coming. Oh man, I don't know where I'm coming up with this stuff. But you guys, have you heard about all the UFOs that they've been seeing from this area down here? It's just UFO after UFO. And it seems that most of them are being seen from this area down in Ventura area, Oxnard. Well, people are saying it might have something to do with this Point Mugu Naval Air Station. This is a really big military base. And people think that maybe it has something to do with it. So, now, I didn't find this myself. I remember seeing this a while back, but I'd forgotten about it. So somebody else had found this. But take a look at what they found out here in the water. Woo, look at that. Now, look at how there's a, right where it says the Point Mugu Naval Base, there's like a canyon that comes down through here. Okay, and then it comes right to this huge. Now, at first you think, well, it's a big landing pad under the water. Remember how William Cooper, back in the 70s, he did a lot of videos on YouTube and stuff. He ended up being disappeared because he had some classified information. He wouldn't be quiet. Well, he saw these ships, these saucers or these round disc-shaped UFOs coming into the atmosphere, doing a flip, and then the sort of the water opening up and they'd go under the water. So this has been something that people have been talking about. These UFOs have bases under the sea or something. So I thought, man, maybe that's a big landing pad. Well, guess what we got here? This could be some sort of opening. Now, it looks like pillars, people are saying. Others are saying, nah, that's not pillars. They're not uniform. Well, I don't know. It might be a little bit of an optical illusion. We're under the water, too. And it depends on what angle you're looking at as to whether or not those look very straight or whatever. They look pretty straight to me. But take a look at this. Because you might be thinking, well, that doesn't look big enough for a big old UFO to get in there. But it sure does look odd, doesn't it? Well, let me show you something here. This thing is way bigger than you might think. 2.5 miles across. 2.5 miles across, guys. That's crazy. Now, take a look at this. These pillars right here. It's over 1/2 mile across between those two pillars. So yes, something very large. 1/2 mile is pretty big. If you saw a UFO that was 1/2 mile across, hovering over the city, that's a pretty darn big UFO. So that is actually big enough that you could get something in there. So people are saying maybe this is some kind of a port or a portal that you can go in and then go right straight into this. Maybe there's passageways, or they park the ship there and they can walk to the military base, or maybe there's tunnels that go underground to the naval base. People are speculating. Well, if this really is some kind of a UFO thingy-majingy. By the way, look at that. Looks like an arrow right there. But if this is some sort of a entrance for UFOs under the sea, I thought maybe I could find a picture of a UFO under the sea or something. The first thing I did was I went up this little valley. And right about there, I noticed this weird area that looks like it's blurred out. You know, when they don't want you to see something, they just kind of paint over it. And for some reason, that spot is blurred out. So I thought that was odd, because this whole little valley comes right out at the Point Mugu Naval Air Force Base. So then I got a little more encouraged, and I thought, what else can I find here? So I was looking around, and I won't spare you all the details, but I was looking around for a while underneath here, seeing if I could find anything. And I went up here where it says Fresno. That's about where it was. And is that, where was it? Right here. And I saw this thing. And I thought, well, that looks pretty round. Maybe that is a parked saucer, even with a smiley face on it. I know, guys, it's kind of crazy, isn't it? So I looked around a little bit more, saw some pretty weird things down here. I don't know what those little things are. I saw this one. Kind of weird, huh? But then something else took my attention here. What are these? They're very, very uniform. There seems to be a bunch of them. And it's almost as if, you know, it's just crazy. They all look exactly the same. Is that natural, do you think? Hey, I'm just showing you the pictures, guys. I don't know what this is. But to top it off, right here, take a look at that. What in the diggity dang dong is that? Oh my goodness. That is so weird to me. I mean, that can't just be some natural phenomenon, can it? Can it? That's just crazy. This is crazy. And you know, I know there's a lot of things at the bottom of the ocean and stuff like that that look interesting, and they're just natural, you know, formations and all of that, and maybe they are. I'm just showing you. Right near a huge 3-mile roofed with pillars, you know, right at the base of an Air Force or Naval Air Force base. And you go up a little further and you see all these weird things. I don't know, guys. But wait till you get a load of this. Now, yesterday, remember we did that video where we went to the Antarctic and we showed the Air Force, or the airstrips, the big military bases down there that they're trying to hide down there in Antarctica. And we showed how that is in the area of Australia. And we went up to Australia and we looked around and we said there's probably somehow or another they're connected to the Australian government there. All right, so here in America, we see an Air Force base or a naval base here, and we see this. Take a look at this. This is off the coast of our country, but look at what we got over here in Australia. And remember we said that their special op forces, I think it's Halsworthy or whatever it's called, is in New South Wales. And so take a look at this right here. Let me find it. Okay, take a look at this thing. Yeah. Kind of looks like maybe the same kind of thing with it's not very clear. You can't see it very well. And again, you think, well, that's not very big. I don't know. You couldn't get military, or you couldn't get any UFOs in there. What is that? That's just a lump of dirt, right? Let me show you something. This is like 6-7 miles across. 8 miles across or something. And so these pillars are literally huge, and these may very well be openings underground, but we're not done. Take a look at this. Back out a little bit, and it's exactly the same thing we saw over there. We've got this weird, absolutely straight. Now it looks like there's a bunch of lines. Well, another thing too is right where this thing is, there's also a big, huge canyon that leads up to the shore here, just like over there. But you back out a little bit and look at this. There's all these lines going across. I don't know if they're pipelines or whatever. But this is absolutely straight. I don't know how this could be a natural phenomenon. It goes all the way along the length in a perfect straight line. There are weird things here. Oh, and look at that thing. I don't know what that is. That's probably just an anomaly in the picture. But we can't see these things very well, but they look odd. There's a lot of little things like that along here. I don't know, that thing's still laying down there. I don't know what that line is there. Kind of like we saw over there. But what is this? These are pipelines. And if that big thing that we just measured is 8 miles, then how big are these things? I mean, let's see. How wide is this across here? This is like 6 miles across. So this thing here could be half a mile wide. This, what looks to be like pipe, could literally be tunnels going from under the sea. It's almost as if there's something underground. They've got these little places where they let air, where air gets up, you know, to the top or something. I can't even think of the word there. But I don't know, this is just really crazy. And I thought I'd just let you guys see what I found. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go, guys. Tell me what you think. David Vos. See you tomorrow. Have a good one.